I'm gonna show y'all how to make Gfunk beats from scratch right now. Let's go. Key, run the clip, bro. I'm redoing that because I don't know what you would roll. Let's go. So if you listen to any Gfunk at all, E-pianos and Rhodes are like basically essential, bruh. So the first thing I did was I went into Lounge Lizard. I got this preset right here, which is actually the default preset, and I'm pretty sure I put no effects on here too. Oh, look at that, just a little bit of reverb. Just a little bit of reverb. And I went into Ripcord and I got this preset right here just so I can kind of like play chords and feel everything out, just like on some. Something like that. I just kind of like messed around with the keys until I found a progression that I liked, and I actually ended up choosing this one right here. So as you can see, very simple progression. It is 5 chords, but they're not anything like too crazy. Even this one right here, this is just a minor 9th chord. Now I'm gonna say this real quick. I've said it a million times before, but I'm gonna keep on saying it because it took me so long to really like understand this tip. But velocity is crucial when it comes to Rhodes and E-pianos. So you see how it sounds like this right now? That's because I put the velocity so low. Like, look at this velocity right here. Look at how low that is. Like, you would never put like a piano that low with the velocity. And then after that, I ended up layering it with the Strat Auto Wah preset in Purity. Shout out to my guy, I Am The Official. Here's his Instagram. You feel me? Go follow him. He's an incredible producer, and he mostly specializes in like Gfunk and blast and like melodic West Coast stuff, but he is just, he's him, bruh. So for the effects, all I did was just put on Valhalla Vintage Verb, and it sounds like this. So as you can see, it is very light, it is very subtle, but it makes a huge difference when you layer it with the chords. Watch, listen to them both together right now. See how good that sounded? See how amazing that is? And it's just such a small little difference, a small little change that you could do, and it makes such a huge impact on the melody. After I had the chords down, I wanted to work on like a synth lead. So I was going through the VK1 Viking synthesizer, which is another VST that has been recommended to me by I Am The Official. So this is a free VST, and I was just kind of scrolling through for like synth leads and everything like that, and I came across this sound right here. Now, I typically wouldn't really use that for a synth lead because it tails off too much, but I was all like, that'd be like a really cool sound effect for the whole beat, just to add like some texture and ambience and everything like that. So this is what it sounds like in context with the chords. See how it kind of plays off as like a sound effect? I really like that, so I had to make sure to add that in, and then I would just go find a different thing for the synth lead. So speaking of free VSTs and speaking of synth leads, you feel me? I got the Terrell N6 VST. This one has a bunch of great presets. It's really good for people who need like a good quality free VST. And I actually ended up using a preset from Spell. So he had this little preset bank right here for, I think I want to say like $10 or something like that. So I was like, nah, I'll go support him real quick. I just chose one of the synth leads out of here, and it ended up sounding really fire, bruh. Now, I know I said earlier that I didn't really want to have a synth lead that kind of like tailed off and everything like that. I don't know, this one, it just kind of worked when I was just going through presets and playing stuff. When it comes to effects, just an EQ to take out the low ends and duck off some of them highs. All of Vintage Verb, a lot of reverb, and then just some more EQ to cut out all the low ends. Then after that, I went into Contact and I got the Scarby Rickenbacker bass, and I laid down this pattern right here. Now when it comes to bass lines like this right here, I found it so much easier to think of playing the bass as a synth lead that's just pitched down a lot. A lot of the Gfunk songs that I love and a lot of the beats that I've heard that I love, they all have basses that are just a little bit more unconventional to like the regular patterns that we use. Even if we just take this melody right here, go to like a sound bank called like West Coast Magic. I mean, I don't know who made this. but pretty fire, you feel me? I recommend it. And we choose like a synth lead preset in this bank. We just like pitch it up a couple. It just sounds like a regular synth lead, you feel me? Even if we just went to a couple other presets in this amazing bank. So many good presets in this bank, bro. Oh my god. You know, there's so many good presets in this bank. I think I'm gonna have it linked in the description for 20% off. Like, I don't know who made this bank, but like, bro, it is so gas. Then after that, I took the bass preset and I layered it into another bass preset. This one from the VK1 synth, and I cut out the low end from it. And then with all those sounds, I felt like we were at a very like solid spot for like the melodies. So I really only added like a couple sound effects like this right here, which is just like a minor ninth chord, which we went over in the beginning of the video. And it's with this Omnisphere preset. Jazz stacks, Dow falls. You feel me? Like, it's pretty gas, I ain't gonna lie. And I also got this one right here just to create like a little bit of impact with the beat and just to serve as like a cool like little ear candy and sound effect and everything like that. Oh, I actually forgot about something. The one thing that I'm the Official told me, or not really told me, but I noticed, is like the muted guitar melodies that he puts inside of his Gfunk beats, and they just sound, they always just take the loop and like to the next level. It always elevates it and just makes it sound really cool. So I ended up getting the Evolution Dracus guitar. He said he really likes using like the Orange Tree sample VSTs and everything like that. So I got the only one that I had, and I just tried doing it like this. You know what I mean? Just something real simple just to kind of like add in there for like a B section. And then here's what all the melodies sound like together. Then after that, I started moving over to the drums. So I did use I Am the Official's drum kit right here. So shout out to him. I will leave a link in the description for this so y'all can go get it too. It has a lot of like authentic sounds. Like, and he also has like little like percussive loops like this. And if we're being 100% honest, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm really just doing this out of love because I Am the Official like literally went on like a Discord call with me and he broke down how to make Gfunk beats. Since like, you know, you feel me, he scratched my back, I'm gonna scratch his back and just help him promote his little drum kit and everything like that. So first thing I started off with was this kick right here. And also, quick thing, whenever you're making drums for Gfunk beats, make sure it's off the grid. Having that swing is like incredibly crucial. Then after that, I ended up moving over to the hi-hats and I made this pattern right here. And I know we just talked about things being on the grid and being off the grid and everything like that. Those hi-hats were on the grid, but if you turn up the shift knob right here, it basically gives the effect of it not being on the grid. Then I added this crash right here. You know what I mean? Just to make the beat hit harder, feel me? Get a good impact and everything. Then I layered two different claps. As you can see, they're kind of like layered before off the grid. You feel me? This one a little bit after off the grid. Then I added in this little shaker thing right here. A little reverb clap just because I love using reverb claps. And I felt like it'd be a cool transition from the end of the bar into the beginning of the next bar. Saucy, it is so saucy. I love that sound so much. And then you feel me, like West Coast Gfunk melodic stuff, DJ scratches, like almost essential at this point, bro. Then I added in this little tambourine loop that's in I Am the Official's drum kit. And then I still felt like I needed to like fill in a little bit of space, so I took this percussion loop right here and I chopped it up like this to kind of like fit in the beat. And then after all that, I was like, this sounds good. This sounds amazing. I love this, but it needed one more thing. It needed a talk box, bro. Like, how can you make Gfunk beats without a talk box, bro? So since I don't have a talk box, I just went on Splice and I got this loop right here. And then for the melody and the effects, all I did was just really EQ it, take out some of the highs, take out some of the lows, and I also put a reverb on it as well. Then after that, I went to the master and I put Valhalla Vintage Verb on it, 100% mix, 2.14 second decay, and 61.2 size with the regular default settings. Oh, I also turned up the low cut a little bit because like I didn't want the bass to sound all muddy with the reverb and everything. But I did that, and then I right click right here, create automation clip. Oh, I didn't need to do that. But and then it ended up making this little automation clip right here, and I fade it out, and that's how I do my reverb intros. And with that being said, this is the full beat.
Hey, go